In the previous class, you have studied blood and blood vessels. Just see the diagram on the board. You are familiar with this diagram. It is of heart. It is conical in shape. This is a muscular structure. Thus, heart of a man is a conical muscular structure located inside this thoracic cavity, that is the chest, within the chest bone, between two lungs. The function of this heart is pumping of the blood into the lungs and the body cells. This structure always contract and relax. During that contraction, pressure develops inside this structure and blood is pushed outside. When this body relaxes, the blood from the lungs as well as the body comes inside this chamber. Just see the internal structure of this heart. This is a membranous covering known as pericardium. Inside the pericardium, there is a fluid which protects this structure from the shock. This wall of the heart is made of cardiac muscles. This cardiac muscles has property of always in function, that is, this muscles always contract and relax. There is no tiredness in this structure, and this contraction and relaxation is a continuous process. It is a rhythmic process. It always occurs one after another, and it is from the birth to the death of the organism. Internally, it is divided by a septum, a partition, a vertical partition wall known as a septum, into left and right. This portion is the right part and this is the left part. Since it is the mirror image, that's why you see this side right part and this side left part. Both the chambers are again divided horizontally. The upper chamber is known as auricle, right auricle, left auricle, or atrium. This is also known as atrium. This is the right ventricle, this is the left ventricle. This portion, lower portion, which is larger in size, it is actually pumping chamber. Since upper part receives the blood and this part pushes the blood outside. These chambers, upper chamber and lower chamber, auricle and ventricles, are protected by valve. This valve is for one-way flow of the blood. Now comes to the functioning of the heart. The blood from the body comes from vena cava to the right auricle. When right auricle relaxes, the blood comes through the vena cava into the right auricle. Whenever this portion contract, blood is pushed downward into right ventricle. When this contract, blood goes through the V4 valve into the pulmonary artery, which carries it to the lungs. And from the lungs, this blood again reaches the left auricle through the pulmonary ventricles. When the left auricle contract, the blood is pushed downward into the left ventricle, and whenever this contract, the blood is pushed through V3 valve into the aorta, and aorta carries it to the body, and this from the body feed again this blood comes through the vena cava into this chamber. Thus again I repeat, the flow of the blood from the vena cava, this right auricle to right ventricle through V2, and from the right ventricle it goes through V4 into the pulmonary artery and through it to the lungs, and from the lungs pulmonary veins, and from pulmonary veins left auricles, and left auricle to left ventricles, and from the left ventricles the blood goes to aorta. Just remember the flow of the blood this way, and this from this aorta blood is circulated inside the whole body, and from the whole body again it comes through the vena cava into this right auricle. This is the whole functioning of the blood. Since the blood flow twice, once through the lungs and to the body, and from the body into the whole organism, and then this through the vena cava, it is known as double circulation. This is pulmonary circulation, this portion from the lungs to the heart, and from the heart to the body to the cell, this is the systematic circulation. So double circulation is made of two type of circulation, one pulmonary circulation and second systematic circulation, which is known as body circulation. In this way, this heart pumps the blood into the body. The pumping action of the blood is controlled by the muscular activities of the cardiac muscles in vertebrates, whereas in invertebrates the pumping action is controlled by nervous system. Some pumping action is also controlled in vertebrates by the electrical impulse created at the SA node, and this activity, this pumping action can be artificially increased by pacemaker. Pacemaker is an artificial instrument, electronic device which controls the pumping action, that is contraction and relaxation of this muscular structure, so that the pumping action is regulated. In this way, one more thing is the pressure created inside this right ventricle when it contracts is called diastolic pressure, and when it relaxes and blood comes to this structure is known as diastolic pressure. Systolic pressure, when this contract and pushes the blood, which is usually 120 mmHg, and When it relaxes and blood comes into it, that pressure is known as diastolic pressure, and it is usually 80 mmHg. The pressure is measured by an instrument which is known as a sphygmomanometer, and the pressure by which it pushes the blood inside the blood vessels, which is known as blood pressure. In this way, the whole functioning of the blood vascular system is completed. In the next class, we will study lymphatic system. Thank you.